Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border. And then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on America's soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
What the? Hey, I'm the American Anchor Baby, and this is my show. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, everybody, on this fine Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, American Anchor Baby. I'm with you here. 3 threw myself off there. Had to pop in. But anyways, hologram Anki baby, we're here, and I got a couple things on my mind. It's a pleasure to have you here on this Wednesday. It's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be back here on this Wednesday. A couple things I want to get into. But of course, you can call in 888-775-3773. I'm in the chair, so you got to call 888-775-3773. Lines are open if you want to talk to the Anchor Baby. I am streaming on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby, dlive.tv/Gorgonzola. And that's where I'm live. I see y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. El Bebe, you guys are cracking me up in the chat here. I love some language work here. You know, they call it play on words or other things. Look, it's funny stuff. My chat can be funny. Semitic beats. You guys like that one? We went from West Coast to West Bank. Uh-oh. But anyways, West Coast to West Bank, it's looking like over here in America. And you may have heard of this Georgia school shooting. And I want to get into it a little bit here in a moment. But I want to thank someone, yet another someone. I want to thank someone here with all these coffees. Very generous, no message. And I'm thankful. Thank you for supporting the stream. That is buymeacoffee.com/anchorbaby. Maybe you don't always want to buy me a coffee. At least show some decorum. Okay? You walk into someone's house, you take off your shoes, you just sit back, you don't even say hello, you don't even click the like button. You just come in, you're like, when can I eat? Excuse me, when's food? Excuse me, Biddy, when's dinner? Can you make me a plate, please? You sit down, you're like, hey, you see the ladies serving their men the plates because they are good ladies following the order of God. You're not gonna make your man a plate. You see all the other guys with plates. You're gonna say, sorry, I'm redoing something here. Make them a plate. And click the like button. You're here in my stream, so thank you for that. Hey, maybe leave a comment. Maybe you don't like what you're watching. Leave the Anchor Baby a comment. Show some brotherly love. You know, such a bastardized word. What is love? You mean you want us to criticize you? You mean you want us to be mean? That's not love. That's mean. You don't know the first thing about love then. So show your Anchor Baby brother a little bit of love. Even if it comes out with like the wrong spirit. I will handle your hell. You don't worry about that. You just comment, even if it's bleh. You let me handle that hell. And take in the criticisms as they come. Leave me a comment. What's up, y'all? Appreciate you being here. 888-775-3773. I'm sure you heard about this. Georgia. It's a war zone. We are walking into a war zone. Shout out Yoko Ono. Oh my gosh, we got Yono Sabo kids. Sorry, we got Yono Sabo kids in the chat. Keep it English, okay? We haven't released. Wouldn't that be interesting? What if we did like the bond message in Spanish? I mean, I could speak the darn language pretty well. I mean, that's what they tell me. Wouldn't that be amazing? Expand. Enterprising mindset. No, I mean everybody needs to hear the message. Damn, Nick, you sound like my mom. Look, where was I? I was telling you about Georgia. It's a war zone. Welcome to a war zone. So was it a black teen? Well, it's on people's minds. Don't lie. What do you think? What do y'all think? Was it? I see calls coming in. Call me back. You hung up. 888-775-3773. Was it a black teen? Winder, Georgia. We're going to Winder, Georgia for this one. About an hour's drive from Atlanta. About an hour's drive. Is that a Canadian thing? Or is that a East Coast, West Coast thing, and a lot of Toronto and people in Canada are kind of East Coast because of that? And what I'm getting at is, when you go somewhere, not everybody says, oh, it's an hour away. Oh, yeah, just go to Pomona. It's, go to San Bernardino or whatever. It's about an hour away. It's about we measure distance in time. It's a Canadian thing, right? Him diddy. Distance is time over there. It's like, oh yeah, you go Mississauga, it's like 30 minutes away. What about because over here they a little bit more definite, right? They give you the miles. That's this many miles away. It's time to grow up, Canadians. What if you have traffic? What if there's traffic? Not everything is 30 minutes away always. Things can't always be the same amount of time away. If factors could change. It's time to grow up. Texans do that? Never mind. Okay, look, we're talking about Georgia a little bit. And Winder, Georgia, and we're going to 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 High School. So, some of Georgia is considered the Appalachians, right? Appalachia? Some of Georgia is, right? But anyways, this is 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 High School. They're saying this it's not known. It hasn't been ID'd unless it's just happening. Let's check X.com if they've ID'd this shooter. But they are telling us it is a 14-year-old. 14-year-old in Georgia. At least 4 killed, approximately 30 injured in Winder, Georgia. And this was developing today. Just checking here if there's any updates on the kid. Kids be tripping, 14 years old. Have there been other school shooters that young? The gunman, they say, the gunman, gun boy, or a man, I guess it depends on the culture. Depends on the culture. The gunman who opened fire inside 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 High School in Winder, Georgia, is believed to be a 14-year-old male. A law enforcement tells CNN. The source said it is not yet known whether the teen attended the school. Unclear. But 14 years old, 4 dead, injuries around. And like I said, Gun Boy sounds like an old Western cowboy comic book. Yeah. The Gun Kid. I like that. The Gun Kid. Ivana. You too? Gun Male. Shout out the gun males. Ivana, you two are peddling in this. Is he a suburban youth? Is he an urban youth? I swear it's always, is he a suburban? Was it a suburban who? All the time people are wondering. Well, as soon as a crime happens, people are like, is it a suburban person or is it an urban person? Right? That's what people usually wonder. No, they don't. Like, is he black or is he white? Some are already saying that because we've yet to know the identity, that it's a black person. It must be. And we won't know at least for a while. And I don't know. I mean, there's something about this story. You know what it is specifically? It's that it's a 14-year-old. For some reason, that makes me think black. And then I think Georgia, and you see some of these videos of the other students. Some videos have come out now of these students, interviewed by the news expressing what had happened. And, if I was a betting man, if we're doing bets here, whatever. What the heck are we even doing? Let's talk about the news. Why are we betting on it? Sick person. But if I was making bets, something tells me like black for some reason, not so much the lack of information because the day's not over yet. The media and the law enforcement, they still have a chance. Give them a chance, right? The Uvalde shooter, we knew that day. The Audrey Hale person. I mean, Aiden Hale, apologies. I'm still learning. Don't put me in jail for misgendering. The one who did that one with the children, pretty horrible stuff. That one was like the next day, I believe. But Crumbly was the day after. So, everybody's kind of like, okay, who is it black? Oh, it must be black because they haven't done it yet. I say it's maybe black because it's 14. And this is maybe out of nowhere, but I'm thinking of like some of these black criminals are quite young. They start young, and they're shooters young, and I don't know, something. Maybe I'm racist. That's a joke. Racism doesn't exist. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has directed all available state resources to assist at the scene. He said in a statement on social media, the governor urged all Georgians to join my family in praying for the safety of those in our classrooms, both in Barrow County and across the state. Who needs your prayers? Right away. I saw that right away. Okay, your thoughts and prayers are not enough. We need action. Thoughts and prayers, we need action. That's what you got right away. Nasty people, come on. You can almost, part of you probably even wants to agree with that. Like, yeah, what are you just going to do is sit there and say words to the sky? Well, yeah, maybe you're criticizing that. Well, yeah, okay, that does nothing. Fair enough. Oh, please, I am praying, God, let me put my hands together and use your name. I'm using your name. I'm going to call you God and close my eyes and speak out loud. Bless those. Maybe I'm a cynic. Yeah, maybe that doesn't work. Fine. But nasty people hate prayer, okay? First of all, you got to be a nasty person to hate prayer. You hate prayer? You hate Santa? You hate prayer? What else do you hate? You hate just good things, nice things? But if only they knew prayer could have stopped this. True prayer. Prayer. The be still no kind of prayer. The prayer that, the kind of prayer where you watch yourself, you watch your emotions, you watch those thoughts, you watch everything that's happening here. And that vigilance is everything. It shows you so much. Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith asked for patience, saying the investigation remains very, very fluid. Another transgender shoot. That's a joke. That would be misinformation. This person's not saying the shooter's transgender. Let me be clear. The Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith is saying this investigation is fluid. The investigation is transgender. I mean, the investigation is ongoing, is what he's saying there. And he hopes to provide another update around 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that must have already happened. Very fluid, meaning you don't know who did it. Meaning you don't want to say who did it. And the media and others maybe don't know who did it because reasons. Okay, just not yet, okay? Just not yet. So yeah, some are saying the shooter's black. But I don't know about y'all. I'm waiting and seeing. They already showed who did it? Are you sure? No, I mean, I was putting this together earlier. But being 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎. Who's the shooter? Instead of being a shooter, you should have been a Noah, because you're in school to learn and become Noahs. Don't be doers. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just messing around. I don't see the shooter yet. Don't be doers and Noahs of the word. Nasty people hate prayer. So that's this. Does this face, you guys recognize this face? You guys recognize this face? Because I don't. You see this Italian-looking man? He look like a man. Anthony Polito. Yeah, Italian. This guy's a school shooter. Yeah, maybe you didn't know. I'm showing you this because maybe you just, I feel like we get told about every school shooter or every kind of mass shooting like this, right? But I don't remember this one. Apparently it's a school shooter. 2023, Las Vegas. Judge Scalia's little brother. That's misinformation from the chat. And, yeah, this person was apparently mad, apparently, according to the Wikipedia. There's this guy wasn't too happy about he applied to some job at some school and he took it out on him. And, yeah. Maybe not your prototypical school shooter, huh? A little bit different. Well, the demographics aren't fitting here. He's not a Nazi incel young guy. He's an Italian. What's going on here? I didn't even hear about this one. Nashville 2023. You remember this one. Yeah, nasty stuff. Hail. We shall call this person Hail and avoid jail. Call them Hail, you avoid jail. Call him Audrey, and you're gonna get... Sorry, I wasn't creative enough to come up with something. But this person did a shooting. And then before this, Michigan State. McCray, you remember this guy? Here I am naming these shooters. They should be left in the... Here I am signal boosting their crimes and their names. Shame on me. Yes. Anthony McCray. And this one was in Michigan. Okay? Out of school. Michigan State. So, Ivana tried. You're gonna get shot, Dree. Look, these shootings happen. I'm showing you these people, and they don't seem. Do they fit anything? Wait a second. I see diversity. We achieved it. We did it. Diversity. It was only white shooters, right? It was only like young teen incel white people doing all these school shootings. We did it. Diversity is here. Equality. You know that's how these people think, right? Yeah, I'm making a joke, but you know that's how these equity people think. As long as it's equal, it doesn't matter if it's all hell. They talk about a safety gap. Oh, different marginalized groups have a different experience less safety than others. So we must close the safety gap. How do you think they're closing the safety gap? By making the safest among us less safe. That's literally how they think. Just so you know, I mean, I'm just playing around with the diversity shooters here, but and by the way, I almost forgot for comedy's sake, I almost put out more misinfo. It's not even accurate to say that school shooters are white. I mean, just look it up. You'll see mass shooters, maybe better to say. Mass shooters. You'll see that it's quite brown. And if you look at here's something else. If you look at nonviolent gun incidents at schools, maybe whatever. You look at nonviolent gun incidents at schools, because not always gun incidents result in death or even violence, a gun going off. I mean, a lot of these gun incidents, you can look that up, gun incidents that results in no death at schools are, black schools, But where was I? Going back even further, Uvalde, Crumbly, Ethan Crumbly. Should I show you? I guess I should show you. You remember, right? Ethan Crumbly. He had those parents that they went after them. They went after the parents for the gun thing. And then in the trial, you learn, in the whole thing with Crumbly, you learn that there's this rift between the mother and the father. The father was just trying to, do some fatherly stuff with the son and teach him how to use guns. That gun was eventually used for this heinous crime. You learn about Salvador Ramos, the Uvalde guy. You learn about where's his dad and stuff, and you learn about Hale, which was transgender. What shall I say anymore? Do I need to say anymore? You look at these people, right? And I know we're all waiting with bated breath. Is he black? Is that Shuda? Is that young Noah turned Shuda? No, that's not right, because Noah is an internet person. That's someone else. This young 14-year-old who committed this crime in Appalachia High School. We're waiting. Is he black? They're not telling us. Hey, which I get why people are bringing that up, making that a point, because we have a lying media. They want to. We have a lying society that wants to literally justify the worst of black crime and violence and all that. That's got to show you how sick of a society we are, and that has nothing to do with race. That being said, you see that what connects all these shooters? You know, it's not remember when they're trying to figure out if they're Republican or if they're this or that. Which I'm not saying you can't. But I can't help but notice the sickness is it's what you've been hearing and what I was telling you yesterday. The torment that people are going through. The torment that people are going through and how it's seeping out here in our society. You got to understand that literally nobody gets that. This personal hell that people are going through, that's the same with everybody. And you notice every one of these people, what's the same about them is that they are antisocial. And I mean that in this antisocial, they're disaffected, angry. I mean, you already know that one, right? But you're just so used to all these other words, you don't realize the source of it all is anger, but whatever. Disaffected, they're these people who have problems with the people around them. They're closed off. You understand it? Now it sounds like I'm saying we need to hold hands and hug and stop school shooters. No, I'm just trying to draw this parallel. And their parallel is what? This disaffected, tormented hell they're living in. Where they're not getting love, giving love anywhere. You understand that? And nobody really gets that. I mean, this is the type of language and type of this right here, what I'm going to show you is all the media and elected officials and others see is political opportunities.
As the president has said time and time again, this is not normal. This is not normal. Students and teachers deserve to know that their schools are safe. They should focus on learning, not lockdowns. While the president and vice president have taken historic action to reduce gun violence, more must be done to keep our schools and communities safe. We continue to call on Congress to do something, We need universal background checks. We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, require safe storage of firearms, invest in violence prevention programs, and pass a national red flag law. Enough is enough. And I cannot say this enough, which is enough is enough. We cannot allow this to happen in our communities. We cannot allow this to happen in our schools. So we have to do everything that we can to keep our children safe, to keep the people who are supposed to protect our children, who are they supposed to learn from, safe. And enough is enough. Congress needs to act.
Enough is enough. You heard her. Don't you care about the children? Don't you care about the children? We got to do something. Totally not. It's so clear they have no clue what's really happening with people. Because listen to her. We need anti-violence programs. Every single thing she just named, anti-violence programs, regulations, bans, ban assault weapons, high capacity. We need to put the gun in a safe and proper storage. Not only is it that we have all those things, maybe there wasn't some of those things in this area, but think about America, more and more, you have all these things. But not a single one of those things would have stopped this. Not a single one, like proper storage of do we even know the weapon? Do we even know what weapon it was? We got to ban assault weapons. We got to we got to put them safely away. We need anti-violence programs. Not a single one of those things that she mentioned would have stopped this. Not a single one. Even red flag law, like maybe, look, red flag law. Red flags already exist. Imagine needing a law like red flags are already there. Or red flags already exist. We already have the red flags. That's what I'm trying to say with that. Yeah, sure, if you have a law that authorizes in this or that individual or entity to put someone in jail if they're worried about something, yeah, you might stop a eventual school shooting, but that doesn't even get to the heart of it or the point. The point being that we literally already have the red flags. It's called open your eyes. It's called seeing the anger in people. You know what I mean? We have the red flags, but people don't want to see them. People don't want to look at them. People can't even tell what the red flags are. They call it love, or they call it depression, or they call it a phase, or they call it he's just sad, or they have no clue that Satan himself is working in the people. And, okay, look, so none of those things would have even stopped this, okay? Someone who is committed to violence, someone who is committed to an act of violence is usually unstoppable. That is the nature of violence. That is the nature of attacking, of violence, of the accuser, of being an accuser. You know what I mean? Of attacking. That is the very nature of it, is that in its most purest sense, violence has to also be a surprise. In its purest form, violence is a surprise. And you can't know. It's not really a stoppable thing in a sense. It's the very nature of attack and defense. You're on the back foot on the defense. Bans, regulations, and all this. So fine, maybe you can't stop it, but you got to have these things to circumvent, to protect us somewhat. And yet it gets worse. So we don't even have to argue about that because we're seeing it playing out. Yet it gets worse. Now, why is that? Hasn't you wondered that? Yet it gets worse. We're seeing more shootings than ever, more violence than ever. There was a lull, and now we're back up. More homicides. Now it's not even school shootings. Let's talk about the rest of the crime. Rapes. Yet it gets worse. So, okay, so these things aren't even a bulwark holding back all this mess. So then what is going on, right? What is going on? About to get to calls. I appreciate you holding 888-775-3773. A nasty, violent, angry individuals make up a nasty, angry, violent society. And anger and violence by its very nature, you can't defend from. You can't regulate. That's a losing battle. That's a Band-Aid. By its very nature, has to be, you just have to put it somewhere else. You got to build a wall against it. You know what I mean? If we're talking about neighborhoods and within yourself. Look, what else do I want to say about this real quick? 888-775-3773. About to get to you guys. About to get to calls. Let me finish this up. Let's finish this up, get to calls, finish this up, get to calls. Videos from these students. Check it out. You might find this interesting. Let's just watch. Real quick, student at this school talking about what happened.
Oh, I started running.
Student describes shooting in classroom, Winder, Georgia. Breaking. Watch.
Started shooting like 10 times. He shot at least 10 times. And then I ran to the back of the classroom. I dived behind the desk, and my teacher had got in front of me like he was guarding. But like the gunshots were so close to me, like my ears started ringing real bad. Like the whole classroom was smoking, like, and everything. And then when he finally got out of the classroom, my teacher started barricading the door with desks and bookshelves and all that, and then I had got up. When I had got up, I had saw one of my classmates on the ground bleeding so bad, and then when I had moved myself to the other side of the room because the bookshelf I was hiding behind, it was right in front of the door. So I had moved to the other side, to like this side with my friend. And I was checking on my other friend because he got grazed in his leg. And then there was a white girl that was in front of me. She got shot in her leg and stuff. And then my other friend got shot in her stomach. And it was just so sad, stuff like that.
Are you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot to process.
Oh, be
And
quiet.
you're so young. You're how old?
14.
He's doing fine, Mama.
That's so much to have to process.
He done processed it right in front of you, though. He literally just went through the whole thing and just like pretty well. Didn't choke up. He's just like, this is what happened. You asked me what happened. This is what happened. He's processing it a lot better than you are, Mama. Shut up.
In class where you're supposed to feel safe.
Yeah.
How are you doing now? I mean, what's going through your mind?
Like, it just keep replaying back in my head. I just thank God that I wasn't the one that got hit. You know, like in the midst of all of it happening, I was just thanking God. Because, you know, he had his hands around me and stuff like that. Because I could have been the one that got hit because I was right there. He could have.
Amazing. Okay, so a little bit on that. Little bit on that. A lot of black students. We just literally got done on talking about how evil is colorless here. You're still wondering if it was a black shooter. What the? Excuse me, y'all. Okay. What else about this? 888-775-3773. Anti-violence. None of that's going to help. What else did I want to say about it? I mean, you get it. Let's get to a caller here. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Nick. It's Brian from North Carolina.
How you doing, sir? Welcome.
I'm doing well, Nick. How you doing?
All is well.
Nice. Hey, I just want to comment on the video you just shared. You kind of took the words out of my mouth before I was able to get on the phone, explaining how the kid explained it very well without emotion. And here comes the woman in with all these words about what he should and shouldn't have to go through. And I'm not trying to rag on women or anything, but when I hear women speak like this, especially on the media, that's where you mainly hear it, it just sounds like a bunch of thoughts that go through my own head. But women are like out here putting it in little kids' heads like that, or the media really, not just women.
Yes, man. That's a worse trauma than... That's worse. That's where the trauma comes from, actually. That's what causes the trauma. If you bumped your knee, if you fell down and scraped your knee and you got up, you wouldn't be traumatized from it. You just have a scraped knee. But when mama rushes up and says, well, are you okay? Now you're traumatized.
Right. It's a mess. And then the other thing I couldn't help but notice, I just want to make a quick comment on, I think her name is, her last name is Jean-Pierre, the White House, she was White House spokesman?
KJP. Karee.
KJP. Karee, that's her name, Karee Jean-Pierre. Every time she talks, it sounds like she's trying to relay a message to children. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It sounds like she's reading from a children's book.
That's an interesting point, man.
It's just odd to me.
It feels like that. You know what? And I suspect that's kind of her level of communication and understanding of things. And I used to think that maybe it was like a press secretary thing, talking to as many people, lowest common denominator type thing, where you got to speak to as many as you can. But I don't think so. I think a lot of people are, right? They're childish in their understanding and thinking.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the only 2 points I had, Nick.
Thank you, sir. Brian, call me again, man.
Thank you. Will do.
888-775-3773. Yeah, we need to, they deserve to know it's safe, for example. You know, just childish things that people just say. It's not even childish, it's just I say childish to express just how automatic this kind of response is. It really is just automatic and impulsive, right? Impulsive, going with your first thought, going with your first feeling. Like, for example, to say this, people deserve to know it's safe. No. It's like saying people have the right to be safe. It's like they have the right to health care and the right to this and the right. No. They have the right to be safe. The police should do their job. a society and a decent place and area should have decent laws and all that. But you're right. You deserve to know it's safe. Well, then let's talk about historic action. Karine Jean-Pierre saying historic action. They did historic action. Yeah, let's talk about historic action. They're closing the safety gap. I mean, I guess that's different, though, because even with a wide open safety gap, or a closed one, still would not have stopped this. This is not migrant crime. This is not any of that. This is angry Americans, and sometimes not. It's not very often not. These are angry people who hate the world. You know what I'm saying? This is how everybody is. You ever felt hated by the world and then you hate the world? Welcome. You are now one hoop and a holler away from being this nameless Appalachia high school shooter. Be careful. One hoop, and it's one more hoop, and it's all over. You were 2 hoops, now you're 1 hoop. We need a hoop meter. What's the hoop meter on this one? What's the hoop meter on Karine Jean-Pierre? How many hoops we getting off Karine Jean-Pierre? Remember, the less hoops you have, the closer you are to insanity. 0.5 hoops. Yes, we can fraction. I think we can fraction. We could do fractions with the hoops. Yeah, I think so. Safety gap. Amazing. Shut up and listen to your wife, says NP in my chat. Which obviously must be a joke. Check it out. Let's switch it up. Let's talk about something nice, okay? Why don't we talk about something nice? Let's talk about just a funny little thing on TikTok and something Gen Z's into. Look at this cute story. It's just a fun little thing. We're going to TikTok and there's a little trend. Let's talk about this trend. Let's just get a palate cleanse. You know what I mean? I think we need to chill out on such important, heavy stuff, right? Let's talk about nothing. Let's talk about this clearly nothing story, right? A little trend. They're calling this a trend. They call it a trend here on TikTok. And the Gen Z, they're loving it. The Gen Z, they love this. No, that's Trump. The Gen Z, they loving it. They're calling it dopamine menus. It's just a cute little thing. It's just a cute little thing. Like, look, I made a little menu for myself of activities I could do to keep me, so I'm not bored. And I'll post it on TikTok and we could share our dopamine menus with each other. And what's on the menu? Hey, what's on the menu, Gen Z? Today, let's see, what's this say? What's your appetizer? Yeah, today I'm gonna make bed, skincare. Maybe this is a female Gen Z thing, but I'm not too confident. I'm gonna make coffee. You get it? You get the trend? It's cute. It's like things you could do to, not be bored. I guess, get some dopamine rush or something, right? It's just a cute little story, right? It's just kidding. This is also evil. This is not just a cute little story. You thought we were done. No, these are school shooters. These are, in fact, These are proto-school shooters. These are people 1 hoop, if not half a hoop away from being mass shooters, mass killers themselves. Yeah, no, you thought it was sweet. In fact, it's not. It is very, very unsweet. The opposite of sweet. Some say bitter. Watch this.
I recently discovered the concept of a dopamine menu, which is basically your go-to list of things you can do to feel good throughout your day so you don't default.
Let's watch that again.
Discovered the concept of a dopamine menu, which is basically your go-to list of things you can do to feel good throughout your day so you don't default to doom scrolling on social media. We're getting specific about my dopamine menu and how to build your own. In episode 157.
Want to see my dopamine menu? This is
dopamine menus. It's time to get dopamine menus. I need a menu of, I just feel so bad. I need dopamine right now. I need dopamine all day. I need an appetizer. I need a breakfast, lunch, dinner menu. Have you made your dopamine menus? We need dopamine menus. And you know who's getting a thumbs up on this? Psychologists. Yeah, this is from the Daily Mail. Gen Z found their perfect formula for happiness. TikTokers share dopamine menus as a way to bring joy into their daily routines. And it's got the thumbs up from psychologists. Incredible. Incredible. Yeah, these are proto school shooters. The heck is doom scrolling, asks Ryuzaki. So you're basically on your phone, and we need Big Nip for this one. You're on your phone, you're on TikTok, and now it's like every social media can do this. Before it was only some. You watch a video on a social media website or whatever, on an app. I'm a boomer. And you scroll up, you swipe up, and you get another video. Look at that, there's another video. Well, maybe he'll do it again. Whew. There you another video, and this one's a banger too. It's like this phone knows what I like. It's like it's almost like it knows what I like from when I was using it. Anyways, then you swipe up, and then it turns out it's endless. They call it doom scrolling because before you know it, the whole day's gone. Before you know it, the whole day's gone. You've been doom scrolling, but how can you avoid doom scrolling? Well, the dopamine menu people are telling you that you can avoid this. You can avoid not only doom scrolling, but other such negative loops in your life by making a dopamine. You don't believe me? Watch this.
The last dopamine menu was broken into 4 parts, but I found this 5th part and I had to add it in because it's broken. First thing we have are snacks. These are quick activities that you can do in about 5 minutes or less. All of these can be a mix between things that you like to do and things that you might not love to do, but will still give you that dopamine. Like doing a 5-minute tidy up on your space. Next, you have your sides. These are things that you can add to a task to make it more enjoyable, like adding music while you clean. Then you're gonna have your main courses. These are things that are longer, but you're gonna be more passionate about. These usually tend to be like hobbies or interests, like pottery or dance for me. Then you have dessert. Desserts feel super good, but you can't overdo them or they don't make you feel good just like real dessert. Scrolling on social media is a great example of dessert. Last, we have specials. Unlike your main course, your specials are going to be things that you only do every once in a while. Take a screenshot now so you can fill in your own dopamine mix and check out my page.
I recently discovered
Dessert first. I'm an adult, okay? Excuse me, I'm an adult. And the first thing you learn about adulting, I don't even as a joke, I don't want to say that. Obviously the first thing you learn is that as an adult, you get to eat cookies first. You get to eat cookies first. Whoa, I disavow. I meant cookies. Don't do that. Be a man. Dessert first. But anyways, what a mess. These people are junkies. These people are junkies. These are all things you can do it'll still give you that dopamine, she says. Don't worry. It'll still give you that dopamine. Don't worry. People in hell, desperate to be free from their hells, is how everybody is. Okay? And I bet you this is like always a known thing, right? People got their miseries, they got their things. But we now have, at least this is the world I was born into, okay? Maybe there was a before 4 times, but this is the world I was born into. And it's just like, if I may paint a picture, it's like a person in a cubicle, and their little window, this little slot, this little window, you're in this cubicle, it's hell. It's gray, it's white, it's devoid of anything of patterns or anything. And I don't know, you gotta like, it's hell, and you get a little window, and they feed you food, and they give you a little VR headset, and you can sit there and escape reality. But it's like desperate. You understand? It's like desperate, and that's like normal. That is normal in the world I grew up in. That's normal to be this person, to be this hamster, to be this little hamster, but you distract yourself, and you get all these thrills. That's life. That's normal. And suddenly, and just like that, you understand mass shooters, school shooters, and how this is even happening. Because they go home after school. The schools, they're just not normal. They're just not like everybody else. Okay, so I'm having a hard time making friends, and so they're a little weird. Maybe they were raised weird, and they go home and the mom is all up in your grill, and And then like, whatever, finally I have some time to myself. And you open up TikTok and you get that song that was playing. Who was that? Who was that? You guys know. They did Litzomania. You hear hey, dopamine menu. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. We're shooting up a school in Minecraft as a joke. What a mess. You know, obviously that's a joke. The crux, the only point being that their disaffected life and their family life and their hatred, their internal hatred being pushed outwards, and it culminates into a single focal point, a violent act that kills people. The very same feelings, the disaffection and all that you feel, that everybody feels. Amazing. And when you see the Karine Jean-Pierres of the society say, we got to do something, red flag law, bans, regulations, know that they don't understand this. And that's why it won't get better. And that's why you don't even have to believe me. You can just see that it's not getting better. It's getting worse. It just continues to get worse. Because you get more violent, disaffected, angry people. So I guess now the question becomes, well, Nick, so then what is the government supposed to do? Well, I may not have all the answers, but can we start at one place, for example? Can we start somewhere simple, like promoting the family? You know what I mean? Not demonizing men and fathers. Not demonizing men and fathers in the very spirit of the man. Not excusing the worst parts of women because, I don't know, feel bad and feelings. And not only that, have you noticed that our world also loves to excuse the wrong in men if it's degenerate? You know what I mean? Like, if you notice, our government is more than happy to see men do wrong as long as it's like being slobs, gaming till their whole lives fall apart, drugs and alcohol, out of control sex. They're more than happy to let men do that. Y'all feel me? Hey, no, I put an asterisk. Gaming till your whole life falls apart. Okay, yay. I'm leaving some space here for the plantation. What a mess. Incredible. So, you know, KJP plays VR Chat 2. She is a porcupine avatar. That's cute. Speaking of gaming, this is the plan, folks, unless either the creek rises or something incredible that I just have to speak on, the Holy Spirit itself working through me. I don't know. Barring those things, plantation stream tomorrow. We got to work on the plantation. I'll be releasing the first 4. You know, I'm getting some editing done. We'll release very soon here, release all the last few episodes so you can have a story here that you can click through and watch. We'll have the story thus far. We'll be posting those episodes. But tomorrow we're working on the plantation live. We do the live stream. We're going to get the videos up. So, plantation tomorrow. Make sure you're there. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson has started his plantation and he's making the blacks and more. You know, it used to be just the blacks. Now it's got to be everybody. He's bringing them into this plantation, sometimes if they like it, or whether they like it or not, and teaching them some work ethic. Catch it tomorrow. Don't miss it. In the virtual world, okay? And then Friday we take a flight. So you don't want to miss that either. We're taking the flight Friday. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe. Full flight experience. You don't want to miss it. What's up, the Black Dot, Mildew Grew, King of Graduates? Appreciate you guys being in the Rumble. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that, King of Graduates. Taking that, You're not the only one. Hey, writing that one down. Some of those comments I was talking about earlier. And DLive crew, dlive.tv/Gorgonzola. Always see you there. Thank you, Games for Rec. GG Cash. You maintain your top contributor status. And you know what that means. Ballers Lounge on Friday. Kick back and relax in your first class seating this Friday. All supporters get first class. Okay, English. Thank you for the generous coffees here. Thank you so much. Someone named English says, thank you, Anchor Baby. I really enjoy your show all the way from England. What a blessing. People from England watching me? What the? I got to thank Jesse for that. Oh, I'm ready to do a speech now all of a sudden. I got to thank Jesse for that one. I got to thank Bond for that one. Thank you, English. All the way from England. Let's see here. Do we need a palate cleanse? I think we might need a palate cleanse, okay? Enough of the fire and brimstone, okay? I mean, we almost had a palate cleanse with the dopamine menu. It's like, yeah. Can we get a palate cleanse, actually? And not be deep or anything? It's just a nice video, please? Okay, apparition in my mind. Okay, co-host. That's satanic, I think. My mind is the co-host. Watch this. They're saving the baby turtles. They're saving the baby turtles. Just kidding. This is evil too. Women are destroying it. Yet again, they hate nature. This is the circle of life. They want to get involved. And now, no. Okay. That literally just came to me. I thought that would be funny. That actually was supposed to be a palate cleanse. That actually was supposed to be a palate cleanse. That just came to me. Sorry. The circle of life. They hate nature. No, we like the baby turtles. Save the baby turtles. You know, it's supposed to be quite a difficult journey for these little turtles, these little guys. They all born out in the beach, a whole bunch of them. And they got to make their way to the sea, but not before predators do their best to feed on this opportunity. The turtles versus the snake. Turtles versus the snake. I almost feel like that might be a parable or something. But yeah. The cycle of life, right? You don't want to mess with it. Mama spirit always want to mess with the nature itself. We love turtles. We love turtles. Let me see here. But that was it. That was just a little funny thing. Okay, look. What I want to get into here next. Let me move this around. 888-775-3773. I'll get right to calls here. If you call the Anchor Baby. Let me move this around, actually. I'll talk about this in a moment. Since we're feeling silly. And maybe even talk about the women a little bit. Here's a story for you. I'm laughing because it's a little silly. We're talking about The Bachelorette. The Bachelorette. Whoa. Sorry about that. The Bachelorette. Yeah, I'm talking about The Bachelorette, okay? You know this show, right? It's this like reality show. What is it? Slop? Would you call it slop? Is this TV trash, reality TV slop? What do you guys think? R.I.P. eardrum. Apologies. Slop, Bachelorette, dating show. Oh, yeah. Can we... You know what I just realized? Is The Bachelorette WWE for women? Yeah, I think it is. But think about this. Hold on. Think about this. Joel played 90 Day Fiance. Now Nip playing Bachelor. I know you guys want to talk your mess, but we always bring the message. Okay, so you want to talk your mess to Joel and I. Get out of here. Okay. 90 Day Fiance. That's kind of, I've never watched that show either, but those clips are fascinating. People are a mess. People got issues. So The Bachelorette, is it the WWE for women? Think about this. They must all know it's fake, right? It's like you got all these fake people and this fake suitor, and now we're going to do this whole thing where they're going to try and be with just one, and somehow, we'll do the rose ceremony. You didn't get a rose. You got to go home. Oh, my God. And then now it's the next round, and then finally true love happens, right? You really believe that? No, I agree, Coltberger Art. Beta shows are awesome. I remember when Jersey Shore came around. I judged it hard. I don't think I was even in high school when Jersey Shore came out. Years later, I had a girlfriend. Not a real girlfriend. Come on, we're in school. That's not real. No. Look, she's watching it, and I'm like, why are you watching this crap? What is this, Jersey Shore? What are you watching here? What is this? So who's that? And who's that? And they're dating who? And he said, what? Done. I'm a trash person too. Look, Bachelorette, WWE for women. Because you got to know it's fake. You know what I mean? But they're still doing the moves. They're still doing like the moves are real. They really do kiss and they're dating and they say this or that. And it's like partly real. Like they get to know each other a little bit, and maybe emotions and thrills do get thrown around for real, but they're actors. Right? It's the WWE. Bachelorette is the WWE for women. It's wrestling. It's like, and not even like real wrestling, like WWE wrestling for women. And we laugh at, right? Like we watched WWE when we were kids, right? We watched that when we were kids. And these women are watching this. I feel like you should get bullied for that. Maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? This is WWE for women. Bachelorette. Why am I talking about this? I almost forgot. Oh, yes. It wasn't even that deep. Just kind of funny. They got this woman, Jen Tran, the first Asian. They got the first Asian. First Asian Bachelorette. Oh, gosh. Sorry, that was just a different pic. She looked different in the other pictures. Jen, there you go. There you go. She's mildly attractive. Shout out mildly attractive. People who say mildly attractive. And she's not happy, right? This the only reason this came across my feed is because the story goes that she's not, the fans of the show and others are quite unhappy because she got mistreated. Basically, I gather from this article, I guess this guy was the final guy. He's the one that outmanned every other man, right? Won her heart. She gives him the rose and proposes to him. I'm like, what the? So the Bachelorette has to propose to the guy. So the guy wins, out of everybody else. And then the Bachelorette, why doesn't he propose to her? So the Bachelor, you're telling me this is a real. You're going to tell me this is real and you got the woman proposing to the man? Okay. So they fall in love. He says yes. But then after they stopped taping, he apparently turned around on this and broke up with her. And then didn't see her for like a month or months. Yeah, I'm just catching up the peeps here. And basically, does a 180, says, oops, I didn't mean to get engaged with you. That was me sorry. Because she's not happy. Anyways, they come back together to do this final episode or something. And they played the heart-wrenching video of her proposal to him. And so she's crying through it. And everybody's like, this is too far, ABC. ABC should be sued. They're saying ABC should be sued. How can you allow a woman to cry? There should be legal repercussions. That's where people are taking it. So they're accusing of the network of humiliating Jen Tran here. And blah, blah, blah. Okay? What the producers did was evil. So evil. A little point. Not too important. Just really having fun here. Just a little point here on women's sensibilities. That's the world we live in, just so you know. Just so you know that they want to bring the power of the law and the judiciary against you should you hurt the feelings of women. That's just, it's a nasty thing. It's a nasty thing. But also, side note, total side note, just a side note. Here's just Nick's wacko theories. Wacko, you can discount, it's just wacky stuff. Nick's wacko theories, like when I was talking about the Spanish and race mixing, like it's just, I'm a wacky guy, okay? The Spanish, and now they're the expert race mixers. Leave it to the Spaniards who haven't still quite figured it out. But I mean, just look at South America. There's this thing with the ladies here that happens with men that I noticed, and I'm talking about the different races of the women, and I'm talking about hype. How do I put this? It's just essentially what happens, I notice, is a different race of girls will excite the public, and they'll have like their moment. Oh, that sounds wrong. That sounds mean. I'm trying to say that, like, for example, with I think the Indian ladies might be next. Okay, where was this? And there's something happens with the general public in America. They get excited about, and it's also a generational thing. Sometimes the newer generation has not gone through this yet. I'm trying to express to you the world we live in now, this globalist, diverse world. Okay, and every now and again, this fever, that's what it is. This fever hits people. And these fevers have different colors, okay? And you get this fever, this fever goes through the populace. And Indian fever might be next. You got this, what's her name? Whatever. I forget her name. You got these people looking all skinny and they're all excited. I'm talking about this, the first Asian American bachelorette, and the fever that people might be having. I know, but maybe I'm not saying anything at this point. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's keep it pushing here. Yeah. Hong, some person here online, unhappy with this bachelorette business. What the? Hold on. Hong, Melissa Hong, I guess is just a nobody maybe, commenting on this story here that Daily Mail decided to make it a example here. They put this Melissa Hong's commentary here. We waited so long for an Asian American bachelorette. As an Asian American myself, I think a lot of us felt they didn't give Jen the time of day. I'm so sick of that. Every group, I swear, everybody want to play the race card and use terrorism against the American public. And there's just they throw it around. So this is terrorism. As an Asian American, at this point, that's terrorism. You hate look, you got to understand where I'm coming from. But am I wrong here? Like, think about this. At this point, anybody using this kind of language is a terrorist. They hate the American public, and they hate the free speech of the American public, because now that they're an Asian American, now you're not allowed to say the truth. You're not allowed to say, well, this Asian bachelorette, they didn't like her. They didn't like her because she's Asian American. As an Asian American, you can't. That's terrorism at this point. I'm so sick of that. That's terrorism, okay? And a language terrorism. And you hate the American public. And you've decided to be all tribalistic with your Asians. So I'm sick of that. As an Asian American. And that's it on that. 888-775-3773. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate the super chats here. Like, check it out. Oh, no, this is from yesterday. Appreciate that, Terry, from yesterday. What a mess. Make simps great again? Terry, you surely you must be joking. Surely you jest. Surely you must jest. Simps great. You have plenty of those, aren't you? Don't you have plenty of those? I mean, or you want to make them great, though. You want to make them great. Maybe I was the judgmental one, Terry. Too quick to judge what you meant here. Simps, though. Kind of remembering a little bit about yesterday's show. I was describing, fake grapes to all of you. Yeah, some of those are fake. Yeah. They for example, when you rescind so-called consent because for whatever reason, let's say you were drinking or you just regret having sex with somebody. To some people, that is a grape. I don't mean the fruit. I mean rape. Okay, I'm talking about, look, some people would literally call that rape. I mean, I was talking to someone about that yesterday. If a woman were to have sex with a man and she later rescinds this consent, says, I didn't mean to, and was drunk when she did, that man now committed a rape. Now, let's say you believe that's wrong. Let's say you believe, well, that's still wrong. Let's say you even believe that's a crime. Fine. Let's say you even believe that's a crime, which is, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But let's deal with step one. It's still not a rape. It's just not. We can still stay in reality, right? It's just simply not. And, there's men willing to throw other men under the bus and say, well, why, you want to have a drink with a girl, you rapist? Those people feel, I'm just thinking about simps, Terry. I'm just thinking about simping. I'm thinking about simps a little bit. Okay, Terry, you made me think about simps.
More.
You know what I mean? Let's move on from all this. Okay, you know what? One more clip. Might as well. 888-775-3773. Save the anchor baby from this TikTok hell. One more TikTok, and then we can kind of switch it up here because it's kind of interesting what's happening. I've noticed a little bit about pretense and how it's gone. Our elected officials and otherwise at least would have some pretense before when they used to lie us. At least take me to dinner before you. But now they don't even take us to dinner anymore. I want to show you that. But real quick, let me show you this. Oh, yes. The ick. That's right. Let's just play this. New ick unlocked.
There is nothing more icky than watching a guy walk out of Starbucks with a Frappuccino in his hand, like sipping on his green straw. Oh my gosh. Order a black Americano like a man.
Be a man. And the TikTok is showing an extensive list of other icks this person has been collecting. This person may be way too online, personally. And this person is collecting all the icks. It goes all the way up to 584, all these little things you can't do. You must not do, or a woman won't like it. And they'll get the ick. So number 584, don't order the coffee you like. Okay, check. Another ick on the list, making sure I check my list here. I don't want to be icking the ladies here. I'm keeping the ick, but you can kind of tell that this person is kind of writing these down with a little bit of contempt, a little bit of sarcasm and critique here. Oh, so you don't want me to order the coffee I like? Okay, let me make the ick number 584. There goes another ick. These women, they just don't want us to do anything. You can sense the contempt in this list. you understand? Number 1, don't smile or be happy. Number 2, don't be truthful. Don't tie your shoes. Don't walk downhill. You can feel the contempt for whoever's writing this list. Number 584, don't drink the coffee you like, apparently. Apparently now I can't even drink the coffee I like. It's a funny thing about ick and all this. Because I'm not going around trying to figure out women and their icks, and please. There's plenty of podcasts, and red pill podcasts, talking about other podcasts out there that don't give you anything, right? Everybody on the Bond Network gives you something to think about. But you can go watch these alpha male red. You go look. I don't care who it is. We're not trying to figure out women like that. How lame. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. What you don't realize is that women learn in cunning ways. Here's what I mean. There's this thing called ick, for example. And this ick thing was something that was really talked about amongst like dating people. And let me say this faster. The whole ick thing is just something that women learned. Okay, so amongst the guys we're talking about ick. It's like a red pill dating manosphere term, I think. The point is that the general populace of women, the normie women learned this word. They learned the ick word. What do the guys talk about? Ick. They learned the ick word, and now they get to call whatever they want ick and control you. How stupid could you be? How stupid could you be? Who cares? They're lying about what gives them ick at this point. Now that they've learned the word, now that they've learned ick, now they're going to lie about what gives them ick, which is weakness in men anyways. You understand? It's just the weakness in men. And yes, you should overcome that weakness because it's pure evil, not because you got to stop giving women the ick. And look at this guy who made this list. This is ick. Oh, okay, let me write that down. 584, don't even like the coffee I like. That's ick. Or whoever, you know what I mean? The contempt coming from your list here is ick. Don't order the coffee. She's basically if you could read between the lines and look past the judgmental heart, she's just saying, stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? Stop being be a man. And not for her. She wants you to do it for her. Okay, no. You can calm down with that. Not for her. She's like 15 anyways. Who cares? I don't know how old she is, but she looks like she's like a little tiny girl. Who cares? And look how this person writes it. Okay, so don't eat food. Look, the number 1 on the list. Okay, so don't smile and be happy. What are you doing grinning and smiling and all? Why are you grinning to everyone you meet anyways? What are you doing all that grinning for? So don't smile and be happy. You see how I'm reading between the lines here, folks? I'm bridging. I'm being the bridge here. It says, don't tie your shoes and don't walk downhill. Okay, yeah, those are just women. I actually remember those videos. You know how you look like a kid? You know, you look like a kid tying your shoes. Look like a kid when you do that. I'm not saying don't do that now because women get the ick. I'm just trying to be the bridge here before you make a 584 list of contempt and you end up looking like a loser anyways. So before you go and do that, I'm trying to be the bridge here for you. You can summarize all this into just, looking weak and being weak. Here's a little secret for you. Little cheat code. Here's a little cheat code for you. Cheat code alert Free alpha alert. True strength can't be icked away. True strength can't be just, oh, I tied my shoe. I accidentally did a thing on the list, and then suddenly you're not strong anymore. Yeah, that's not how that works. You understand? You understand? You understand? You just got nitpicked. Get out of here. Right, Carver. Smiling is kind of... what are you doing all that grinning for? I'm trying to be the bridge here for you. Dude needs to make a dopamine menu instead. Terry Strange has no faith in this person who made the list. It's like, just go make a dopamine menu, man. It's like, overcome? Yeah, that's not in your cards, buddy. How about, just go make a dopamine... Look, it's over for you, buddy. Go make a dopamine menu. Amazing. Yeah, and don't be controlled by a new thing women learned. Oh, they learned ick. It's like when they learned the order. It's like, yeah, that got started thousands of years ago. But now that our generation learned about the order, and now suddenly women know exactly what a strong man is. And you know what? You're just not being a strong man, which is a deflection. Which is men are weak. That's an issue. We could talk about that. But that is just a way to deflect from women's hatred, which knows no bounds, has no logic. Makes you talk like Trump when there's anger in the world. Makes you talk like Batman or the Joker. That's what women's anger is like. It makes you get dramatic a little bit. Smiling is beta. Yeah, I be grinning on my show. I'm looking at my episodes. I'm like, is that my mama and me? What's up with all this grinning? Let's slow down. And just talk normally. Okay, sorry, I'm a little black. I be grinning on my shows, with callers and stuff. What the? I've never smiled ever. Right? We got alphas in the chat, very based. I know someone who's never cried. So, anyways, Chinese spies. They say there are Chinese spies in America. You may have even heard of this. On the hake news, not the fake news. Chinese agent case in New York is a classic Beijing spy effort, experts say. And this has to do with this lady named Linda Sun. We love Linda. No. Linda Sun, former aide to New York Governor Kathy Hochul, actually being charged. The official, according to federal prosecutors, had been surreptitiously added. Oh, wait, sorry. There's something else. Linda Sun, is that the Bachelorette's to-be husband in the background? Wait, sorry. We're getting our stories mixed up. Linda Sun, former aide to Governor Kathy Hochul, charged with spying for Chinese government. What we know so far, FBI agents arrested Linda Sun and her husband, Chris Hu, at their $3.5 million Long Island home. The couple pleaded not guilty at their initial court appearance Tuesday afternoon, were released on bond. And it's amazing, okay? Sun is accused of taking actions using her position within the state government to act on behalf of Chinese officials. Brooklyn U.S. Attorney Breon Peace stated in a press release Tuesday. The unsealed 65-page indictment alleges that Sun blocked state officials from meeting with Taiwanese government representatives. That's your Chinese brethren. One China. Taiwanese. Be friends. Make up. Government representatives and tampered with statements by Hochul and former Governor Andrew Cuomo regarding issues important to the Chinese government. So you basically got Chinese officials parading around like they're American officials for China. If you didn't already suspect that, yeah, it's been happening. It's happening. We're supposed to kind of have like laws against this. And in fact, it's one of the things that Linda Sun is being charged with, breaking this law against foreign influence. I forget what it exactly is. Foreign. It's the one that AIPAC's not in. Foreign influence bill, lobbying. What's it called? Oh, the Foreign Influence and Lobbying Act. Look, Linda Sun. Yeah, we got foreign influence happening. They're breaking the law. We're supposed to have laws against it. They're breaking the law. They're influencing America, and it's here. Look, it's amazing to see it. I mean, it all fits with this open border and the position that America's really in. The vulnerable position that America's in is what I'm trying to say. The truly vulnerable position that America's in. Chinese spies bias people. That's what I was saying yesterday, too. And I get it, that there's people who take this bias further. It's like a hateful thing, and they believe that their very lives have been subverted. But this is a different kind of bias. This kind of bias has to do with allegiance to a government. Okay? You have this people who don't have an allegiance to our government. They got this bias. I lost my train of thought. I had someone calling me, 888-775-3773. Don't go anywhere. I'll get right to you. I'll get right to calls here. Hold on. I didn't have my thing open. 888-775-3773. I'm going to get right to you. Hold on. Where was I? Chinese spy. I'm trying to bring this up because it's proof the front door and the back door needs to be closed, like Jesse was saying earlier. The front door and the back door need to be closed until we get a handle on what the heck is even going on. No, but, on a serious note, it doesn't seem like there's any will for that. I know they want to deport all the illegals, and that'd be nice, if that even happens. But it's pretty much status quo with both sides. Look, I personally think the type of person Trump has shown himself to be, even in his most liberal or whatever, is a guy who cares about the American worker. I really do. And I know they're stamping the green cards to the university diplomas. It's not something I support. I still think he's a guy who cares about the American worker, personally. But honestly, this is from the Republicans, Democrats, the media, everywhere. No, it's just like, yeah, they're pretty much okay with Chinese spies as long as they came in through the front door. And then when we find out they're spies, okay, sorry, that's bad. They're pretty much fine with Venezuelan gangs as long as it came in through the front door. They're fine. They're totally fine with a total change of America. I'm sorry, how else do I put it? Even legally, it's different. They're different. They're not it's not like here in America. Even with the mess, you don't know how bad it gets. Like in Venezuela. But we got the right people out there. Right?
Came down here to the Lowry Apartments, rented a Big Mod.
For sure, Big Mod 29. Y'all know what it is?
Yeah, we down here for the same reasons. Right here. Dallas and 12th. The Lowry Apartments. We're down here to chase these Venezuelans off.
We got the right people on the job. No, that's not fair. Maybe I'm being right? The police are on the job, not these guys, right? These are gangs apparently. And is this a Hell's Angel? What is this person? What kind of gang is this person in? Teaming up with what kind of gang is she in? Big Mod. What kind of name is Big Mod? That sounds like a stud name. Y'all know what a stud name is? Who has a stud name in the chat? I disavow. It's like a lesbian thing, basically. You have like your normal name, and then you have like your stud name. And I think that's a stud name. I think Big Mod there, hanging out with I don't know this guy's name. I don't know what kind of gang he's in, but he's hanging out with Big Mod. I think that's a stud name. There might be swears incoming. Sorry, folks.
Oh, we don't know. We ain't from here.
We ain't from here. Big Mod and this guy teaming up with other American gangsters.
Look, we got another one right here. What's up, bro? Look, we're down here to fucking take our country back.
Ain't no question. We ready out here.
You guys want to mob down or what? I got a megaphone in the car.
Yeah? What's
your
name, bro? I'm Big Ma, bro.
Yeah, we down here. America's back down to take this shit back.
Dallas, Texas. Yeah? For sure.
Yeah.
It's okay, folks. We got the American criminals on the job. We got the American gangsters in the job. On the job. These guys they're probably all right, right? I was making a joke like this a while ago, and I spoke this into existence. You know, I kind of spoke this into existence, folks. Remember, I was joking around about American violence, and I was feeling a little bit nationalistic about our own violence. I was feeling a little nationalist about American violence. You know, someone was bringing up like Japanese gangsters, like Yakuza. Don't make me laugh. Japanese gang violence in a country, in a homogenous country like that. Please come to America. Come to America. We have real gang violence. Okay, we got real shooters. That's not maybe a thing to be proud of. Okay. I spoke this into existence. They're like, nah. We do the gang violence around here. You Venezuelans get on out of here.
Venezuelan gangs. We're here to chase you off. This is our fucking communities. You want to see what gang violence is? We invented gang violence.
See? I spoke this into existence. Caller, I got a caller here. Your name and where you calling from?
When you spent the rent, you'll get sentimental. But I don't give a damn, dog. Save it for your landlord.
Hey.
My stud name is Husky.
That is a stud name.
The White House?
That is a rainbow stud name. Huh?
The White House? The White House? Nah. I'm at the Black House, a.k.a. the Crack House, a.k.a. the Trap House, holding my 9 up like try something or buy something because you're holding my line up.
I almost didn't even want to intro you because I that's what I thought. You were just going to go into some verses here, so that's why I'm silent here, if you're wondering.
Yeah. I'd have to look for something, but I'm trying to stay on note with what you're talking about.
Wait, are you actually coming up with these to be on topic?
These aren't on topic.
Okay.
In general. No, these no.
Appreciate the bars as always, sir. How you been?
I'm good. How are you? What was I gonna say? The stud name is funny. The Chinese spy. Do you see that she did a speech, and in her speech she stressed the importance of equity, and you can't help but think those aren't her words. That's like a script she's been given.
Wait, for real? This Linda Sun?
Yeah, and
no way.
When Hochul talked about her DEI hires, she mentioned her by name and congratulated her and said it's important we diversify our staff, and she was one of the key people she mentioned. But
are you saying that she made some claim about equity post arrest, or is this before?
No, post. That
no
was
way.
her as her job. She was giving speeches, and she was saying it's so important that we focus on equity and diversity. It makes you wonder if that's coming from her or from her higher
That's a
ups.
great question. I think that's a fantastic question, because if she's a mouthpiece,
I'm not locking new icks. I'm unlocking new Nick icks. It's things you do that bother me.
Hey, I could sort of tell that I do some of those.
No. Ick number one, when women wear filters on their TikTok and judge men. That's my ick number one. It's a woman on TikTok that you showed wearing like probably 10 filters over her head, judging guys for drinking something. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. No, they've been judging what men do for since time immemorial. If they do this, they hate that.
What men? When you go outside, do you see men?
No, males, fine, but they've been hating on males' hobbies, which are a waste of time, more often than not. But women have been hating that since time immemorial. Oh, you're watching sports. Oh, you're gambling. You're drinking.
No, the worst is one thing for them to hate on. It worse is now when you look in the crowd, it's a guy and his wife because he's not allowed to go without bringing his wife.
True.
So on top of buying like $1,000 ticket, he's got his wife standing next to him like, yeah, baby, let's go. It's like he can't even have that to himself.
No, true. Sometimes you get the girl who is like into all that sports too, more than him sometimes. Give me a Nick Ick. I'd love to hear a Nick Ick.
No, I was joking. It's just because it rhymes. Nick Ick. Nick Ick. I'm sure the chat could come up
If
with
you
it.
ever have one, though, I say drop a Nick Ick on me.
Nick Ick? No, nothing. I told you before that the only problem was that you seem to be getting tired with the shift in the schedule. Aside from that, you seem fine.
Appreciate the commentary, sir.
Congestion pricing. This is something you really don't talk about.
Wait, say that again?
Congestion pricing in New York.
That's something I've never even heard of.
Is a form. No, congestion pricing to drive into Manhattan. You got to pay. It's not a toll; it's a fee to drive into Manhattan every day.
Oh, you know what? I actually may have heard something like this.
And it seems to be extremely.
You know where
racist.
I heard this? I heard this in England.
I find
in the UK.
To be extremely racist because to imply blacks aren't smart enough to get ID or too impoverished to get ID, and then to put a toll on going into Manhattan, you're basically. It's like. You're keeping poor people out of driving their cars. No more hoopties driving in Manhattan.
Right? Yeah. Look at the elites. Oh, look at the elites putting up walls. Look at the elites putting up walls.
Privatizing the road.
Amazing.
You know who's going to have
Must
the
be
cheapest
nice.
ride into? You know who's going to have the cheapest ride into Manhattan? Uber. Ubers are paying less than regular cars. Meanwhile, they're making money off the trip.
Incredible, man.
So it's a privatization of the road.
You know what I heard this, though, where it does ring bells? I did hear about something like this where certain areas, because of congestion, they say, and to keep things green, they'll tax or charge drivers in that area. That was in the UK. You're telling me this is in New York. I didn't know this.
Hochul dropped it. Then once she got elected, she brought it back up.
It's all right. Folks, it's here. We're going to have, in the UK, they have these cameras. They call them, I forget what they call them, but they have these cameras that are...
Well, it's going to work off the same system. It's a camera system because it's not a toll system.
Yeah.
And they track if you're in the city and you got to pay a toll. And
Bada bing.
Also, another toll that people are unaware of is a gas toll. Every time you go to the gas station, it actually works as a toll station because you're paying tax on gas. So it's actually a toll. An average car pays $15 every time they fill up at the gas station in taxes. And a semi-truck will pay $150 at a toll. At the gas station toll.
Incredible, man. Yeah, it's the biggest. It's a huge sham on the people that can only be done on a populace so, dumbed down and degenerated, and boiled so slowly. You could only do this to them.
That's why the Venezuelans are fitting in so well. They're right at home.
And it's crazy. They so brazen. They seem to know that nothing's going to happen to them. Walking around armed. Defending their compound, their new compounds.
Well, I heard something that's not even true. That both of those buildings are owned by the same management company, and they're in some sort of weird litigation with some open violations, and that both of the buildings that happened in are in different states, owned by the same company, and that it was done to be like a distraction from their litigations. Yeah.
Fascinating, man. You never know what's next. There's a lot we don't know.
Yeah. Do I have anything for you? Do I have any more bars for you? Let me see.
You ever seen Drinking Out of Cups?
What is that?
What does this guy think?
Look up the video, Drinking Out of Cups.
Was you a goddamn asshole? What the fuck is it?
Sorry. I was just listening. Were you able to hear that?
What is it?
It's some old funny video. Some people are saying you sound like the guy. You sound like the Drinking Out of Cups guy.
My life ain't a picnic. I got a 6-inch pig stick, face full of lipstick. When I land in Japan like a kickflip, I got transmissions sending me dick pics.
Oh! What a mess. Transmissions. That's actually I don't think you'll go to jail for that one when you put it like that.
Yo. All right, Nick, so thanks for having me on. I don't have anything else. Maybe a joke if you want a joke.
Hit me.
I'm not hiding me. I can't keep the conversation going.
Is that the joke?
No.
Oh.
Damn, you ready for a joke?
Hit me.
I'm in the midst of a bad breakup, and a coworker of mine says I'm going to hook you up with a girl, and he thinks it would be funny if he hooked me up with the ugliest girl he ever known in his life. The next day he calls me back. He said, "Hey buddy, how'd that date go?" I said, "Well, she walked in and we got back together."
I must be stupid. Oh no, the anchor baby's low IQ. I must be dumb.
Yeah.
I think we're just revealing that anchor baby might be dumber than people thought, because that went over my head.
Yeah, that the ex-girlfriend is the ugliest girl he knew, and he thought it'd be funny to set me up with her.
I really am dumb. The people got it though. The chat got it.
They did. Oh, they're sharp. They're linguists.
They truly are.
They live in a world of words. That's all they have is words.
Wordsmiths. Some of them might not be real. They might just be code. Man, thank you for your call, man. Call me again.
Appreciate it.
Come on, I want to hear some of the bars. Really, I like the bars. Some of these bars are pretty good. We need a beat. So, Bill, everything good? Yeah, everything. It's just Bill. It's just Bill and me in the office, burning the midnight oil. You know what I mean? I'm just a Bill. Oh, the air's off? My bad. Probably going to feel better in here in a moment. Thanks. I'm just a Bill, and I'm standing here on Capitol Hill. But it's a long, long way to committee. Oh, you seeing this, Bill? Look, this is a list of icks. You heard about icks? Okay, let me watch this video, okay? Turn on the monitor so you can hear it. We're going to show Bill the video, okay? And I know I'll be a loss someday, at least but today I'm still Bill. Okay, you got the monitor on? Yeah. Okay, new ick unlocked. This woman's about to tell us what's icky that she sees in men do, okay?
There is nothing more icky than watching a guy walk out of Starbucks with a Frappuccino in his hand, like sipping on his green straw. Oh my gosh. Order a black Americano like a man.
And then this list, and then, okay, so this is what's happening, Bill. Then this person, whoever's watching this video, is now adding this ick to this extensive list of icks that women have been saying online of things that you shouldn't do or else they'll get the ick. And they write it down. Number 584, don't order the coffee you like. You won't be able to do anything, says Bill. Look at this list. Bill. Don't sneeze. That sneezing's kind of, you do look kind of beta when you sneeze though. You're like shoo. It's like do that in private. Bill's laughing.
You know what it is an ick? An ick is trying to, someone looking through this list and trying to do what it says.
Oh my, you're saying if a man were to look through this list and try and do it all, that would be icky? Right. That is such a good point. Imagine if, that is an amazing point. If you do what women tell you to do, they'll hate you for that too. That is an amazing point by Bill. That is so true. You do all this, they'll get the ick anyways. Right. That is an amazing point. Bill killing it with that one. Incredible. Let's get to these last few calls in the last few minutes of the show. Appreciate you holding. You're on the air. Your name and where you calling from. Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Oh, testing.
Yes, sir. I'm speaking to you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, I'm super duper. My name is Colin Greer.
Hey, Colin, how you doing? How'd you hear about this show?
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Hey, so you're not Jordan Peterson, right?
No. Wrong guy.
Okay, well, I want to trick him basically.
You want to trick Jordan Peterson?
I want to have like a super gay accent, and I want to trick him into thinking I'm a liberal.
You think you could do that to Jordan Peterson?
Oh, no.
Are you trying to?
Fuck, I forgot his name. I just saw y'all not long ago.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Jesse Peterson, yeah. I want to come on a show, and I want to talk like I'm a super gay guy, and I'll tell him like, I don't know, just like.
Did you just find Jesse Lee Peterson?
Huh?
Did you just find Jesse Lee Peterson?
Yeah, around 2 days ago, and
Hey.
nigga, I'm sorry, this guy, he aligns with every fucking thing I think about. Like he's one of the only guys.
Hey
except
man,
for maybe
listen, I
Donald
just
Trump.
want to tell you real quick, either whether you agree, disagree, whether it's true what you're saying, whether you want to troll, don't troll, but whatever it is, if you agree or disagree, seriously call Jesse, man. You might be surprised.
Well, I thought this was a number.
It is the number, but he's live from 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. So so if it's a different host hosting their show, it's the same number, but you got to call Jesse when he's live, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Try him tomorrow.
All right, thank you, man. I just want to
And don't troll if you're gonna if you disagree with Jesse and actually dislike him.
hell no. I love that guy.
Oh, right on, man. Hey, either way, man, definitely try Jesse Lee Peterson tomorrow. Hey, call and check out my show, American Anchor Baby, on YouTube, and call me back if you got a question for me.
All right, I'll let you know, man. But I really like Jesse Peterson.
Nice.
And I just want to come on with like a really gay voice.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, we'll know, because now I know your voice, so I'll know you're trolling. Because it's kind of a waste of time. That's all. That's why.
Okay.
It's not because it's not even funny or wrong. It's just kind of a waste. It's just Jesse's not gonna appreciate the waste of time, I don't think.
Yeah, because I'm shipping out to the Army at September 30th. So I actually got some stuff I want to talk to them about. Like
Dope, man. I'd love to hear it.
So yeah, I'll come on, but I won't troll.
Yeah, man. Hey, call me again, sir.
All right, thank you, man.
Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Is that me?
That's you.
Hey, it's Him Diddy. I want to drop some bars for you.
We got more bars. Is this your name is Sammy?
Him Diddy.
Him Diddy. Oh, damn. Do we have Canada in the chat?
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
that's
in
cool,
Florida,
man.
yeah.
And I think this is your first time calling me, right?
Calling you? Yes, yeah. I was
Right on, man. Well, appreciate that, sir. Go ahead.
What's it called? Not disclosure, but there's a couple F-bombs. Is it all right? They're not gratuitous.
I'm getting lax chat. Technically, American Anchor Baby is supposed to be cleaner, but it is in the evening. So go ahead.
It is wax, yes. All right, here we go. I'm losing myself in the music to the moment. I'm building the wall, and it won't be broken. And as I'm fading away with the memory of you, does anyone else here feel like I do? Inflicted by society, stricken, strewn, waiting with open arms for that all-impending doom of apocalyptic ruins and radioactive dooms under a sky that'll never turn blue. The perfect state of mind. To breathe in, breathe out, dream your dreams, cry and shout, forget to fly and learn to sprout, because when you're floating in irony and you're drowning in doubt, you're walking with lust, your only way out. The walking disgust, the well-beaten route, and so we carry our trust, ours into lead, and theirs to dust. And as it towers, we flock and cower as it stalks the hours that we fuck ourselves to the top. So many bloody people, casting hate and evil under moon rays and alleyways and kneeling under steeples, so we're herding up the sheeple and thickening the plot, wondering how this bullshit is ever going to stop. And yet we fuck ourselves with a righteous cock, and yet we fuck ourselves until the very last drop of blood in our veins, to the gas in our tanks, till the face of the vein no longer entertains, till the finger of your face can no longer place blame into a time when the song's considered tame. Sisters and brothers wish their fathers never came, or even met their mothers, a frame of mind that most couldn't comprehend. I'm not making a statement, there's no need to defend, it's just the inevitability of the end. Lickety-fucking split, lickety-fuck each other. Look at the world we live in. Hug your fucking brothers, because we're all going to sink in this relationship. Yeah, we're all stand up for human relationship. We live on the same street, and yet we speak a different language, and so we suffer the same fate, our individual anguish. Because there's a place and a space in the void of your mind, the trace of the wisdom from the people behind. It's more than just technology that we kept from before we sold our soul to the Apple Store, from before recorded time and the need to want more.
Hi.
More than just a rhyme. The essence of destiny from primordial time. Slime. To live to the fullest, we must emphasize our time. There we go.
Yo, is this Bond open mic right now? There's something I appreciate. There's something I appreciate about Bond coded stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something I appreciate about that. I actually wrote something the other day, and I might have to show you guys one day. I wrote actually a character, and I actually wrote a rock. I think I wrote a rock opera the other day, and it's Bond coded.
Nice.
But man, thank you.
I wrote that when I was like 18. So like,
Oh, this is like back
just
so
heard about
before her here. It almost sounded like I said Bond coded, but you wrote this a long time ago.
Well, I mean, you think it's bond coded. I think it's the Holy Spirit. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, I got to move along here. Him Diddy, man. I appreciate Canada calling me. I do appreciate I love my Canada, my precious Canada. It has a place in my heart. Wishing you well, sir. Call me again.
Where are you from?
Oh,
Where are you from in Canada?
I grew up in Scarborough, Toronto.
Oh, me too.
Scarbs.
McAllen and Lawrence.
Hey, Scarbs, Victoria Park. And then we moved to Mississauga.
No way.
Yeah. And actually did a bunch of high school in Saga, GTA.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Shout out.
I'll see you when I come out there to meet JLP.
It would be a pleasure. Him Diddy, call me again.
Cheers.
Open mic. Okay, now we gotta if we're gonna now people want to call in and sing. We gotta maybe make that its own thing. Okay, because now everybody wants to rap and sing, and not everybody. Look, an open mic. It's like anything can happen, okay? And you're sitting through what people's experimental. They're being experimental. I enjoyed this last one and the crawler previous to that one. I thought they were intelligent fellows with their wordsmithing. Personally enjoyed it. But we start having an open mic. Look, people are experimental. You're asking people to sit through not always the best stuff. So we might have to make that a different thing. VR talent show. 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 wants to sing. I want to do a little karaoke. I want to do one. I want to do Tracks of My Tears. How about that? I'm putting my name in. We might have to do we got Zenny's Beats. We got a lot of talent in the chat. We might have to do a talent show. We might have to do an open mic. Might have to do some kind of open mic thing, but it's experiment. You know what I mean? We might have to sit through funny things, maybe boring. Look, we can't just, people are here to watch American Anchor, baby. We might have to make it its own thing, huh? Who else is going to put their name in? Huh? We might have to do something like that, huh? Talent show, experimental, express yourself. Zenny's got beats. 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 wants to sing. Golden Rule doesn't like my tune choice. I'm going to bring the house down with that one. Folks, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. Join me tomorrow, Thursday, on this channel, 4 p.m. Maybe a little earlier than 4 p.m., but we're going to be working on the plantation tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. And then Friday, we have the flight. So, as always, an absolute pleasure. Appreciate all the super chats, support, the callers. Let's check it and make sure we did it all. That is all for now. Very nice. Take care. I'm out. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And we'll be back tomorrow for plantation shenanigans and more. Take care. Bye.